This is a controversial video, very controversial because we're going to go dark. So many people have so many opinions about what you should be working in. Should you be working in dark mode? Should you be working in light mode? Very opinionated people will have different opinions. My opinion is do what you feel is right. Here's a light mode Google Sheet. The first thing you do when you create a Google Sheet usually is color the header, right? We're going to color the header a little bit dark green here. We're going to put the text as white, and then you sort of start working on your data, right? And you have all this data. Before we get to dark mode, because we're going to create dark mode here, and it's going to be this single button right here. But I want to explain a couple things that are way easier than doing this. One is go up to extensions, add-ons, and go get an add-on called Sheet Styles. This is a one-click button add-on. You install it, it's totally free, and in one click you can change the entire background and text color and text font of your sheet. You have Papyrus style, which is what I think is the most preferred style of working in Sheets. It's not dark mode, it's not light mode, it's sort of just a less contrast, beige paper looking kind of thing. But if you're trying to actually use dark mode, here's dark style. In one click, you can turn the text white and the background black, but I don't think that's the optimum way. Sometimes you're using rows of data. You want to see the difference in rows, so you have data style, which actually has alternating rows. But even dark style, if you are using dark mode, I think you're doing it wrong, but I'm going to explain that later of what you're doing wrong. And it's really easy little tweak. But first, let me get back to making this button actually work. What we're going to do is we're going to select the entire sheet, go up to format, conditional formatting, and we're going to change this format rules to custom format. We're just going to do equals A1. What we need to do is we need to add a $sign in front of the A and a $sign in front of the 1 so that every cell and every row looks at A1. The formatting style is our background is going to be black and our text is going to be white, and we're going to click done. And here, once we click that button, it turns into dark mode. But again, there is a problem with this dark mode, and I'm going to explain that now. Okay, we're going to go back to what we had before, which was this conditional formatting was not on, and we had just a bar across the top. Let's see if we can get there. And we're there. So this bar across the top, it denotes that there is a header there and there is some text there, right? Let's actually make this a little bit bigger. We're going to increase the font to 12, and I don't like using this font. I like using something like Quicksand or Carla. Let's find Carla. Starts with a K. Love it. Okay, here's the deal. We do a lot of stuff in this header, right? We do bold, we bold it, we try to make it a little bit bigger, and that brings so much attention to the header. And what we really need to do and what we want to do during our data management in Google Sheets is that we want the header actually to recede into the background. We don't necessarily need to see the header all the time, and it's not the focus of our attention, but we do put this dark background on it. And I think you can make a little bit of a change. We don't need bold. We don't need it to be even a different size. We can make the entire sheet the same size. What I do think we need to do is whatever color you have as a dark background in the header, so in this case it's dark green, we're actually going to change the text to light green. And what this does is it decreases the contrast. You still are able to read the header, but it fits into the design a little bit nicer. I do this with checkboxes all the time. We can see this. If we have checkboxes here, I'm going to change this text even to a darker green. The checkbox is totally available and totally you can see it, but it fits the design a little bit better because it's dark green. We can even change the text color background to this light green. Now, let's delete all these rows. If you want to delete all the rows really quick, again, free Google Sheet add-on, Tiny Sheets will just delete all of your extra rows and columns in one click. But now, instead of a white sheet with some headers, right, we now have a nice green sheet that's well orchestrated. Oh, you can even change this text color from dark black to dark green, right? And now it's all fitting together. And this you might see in some viral habit trackers or some viral templates you might buy on Etsy. Look really nice designs. They look like good designs. And I think this is one of the keys to it, is getting that color right and then mixing the color where instead of black and white and color or white, you have the color all over the place and it all fits nicely together. And so I want to go back to the original idea of this video, which is that this button turns everything black or dark, right? And are we able to do it in other colors than just black? Well, let's look. Let's go up to format, conditional formatting. Let's see. We don't have the rule anymore, but let's do it again. We're going to apply it to the entire range. We're going to change this custom formula again equals $A, $1. We want the text to be green and the background to be dark green. Done. And so now when we turn that on, everything's that way. So what if we want this header to stay the same, right? What if we want just the data itself to change? So what we can do is add another rule. We can do the exact same thing, but we're going to just use row A. No, not row A. Sorry, row 1. 1:1. Gonna do that, and we're gonna use the exact same custom formula equals 1 $, $A, $1, and we're going to change the background to light and the text to dark green. Done. Now in our original one, we do need to change this to be done. Let's make sure this works. Yep. Where did our, oh, I think because we had overlapping here, so now we just need to add another row. The same thing apply. 1:1 custom formula equals, we'll do this again, A1, and we want our dark text and our light background. Oh, 1. Done. Some things are wrong here. I see the mistake I made. I said B1, so this actually needs to be B2. Sorry. Now I have two different formulas. They're all looking at the same cell here, A1, and they're just doing different things. That is sort of one of the downsides of conditional formatting, is that if you want to do different formatting for different things, even if the initial trigger is the same, in this case, it's just A1, true or false, we're going to have multiple conditional formattings, and they cannot overlap their range. A1 to G1 is making it lighter, and G2 is making it darker. So when we click this A1, it sort of flips. And I hope you learned from this video, 1, how to do this dark mode, but 2, how to make dark mode a little bit nicer on the eyes, where you don't have just white text on the dark background, but you use a color and a light color. You can mix colors, but it gets a little weird. Hope you enjoyed this video and this fun little design. Yeah, bye.